Morning, Grown Ranchers. I hope everyone had a great week. And I hope that everybody got to watch the video that launched our Help a Horse Drive for Drive campaign. I just wanted to give everybody a quick update on Jesse and Barney. Dr. Barney was out yesterday and took some x-rays of Jesse and of his mouth to see where we are in terms of helping him eat better and feel better and not be in as much pain. What she found out was that tooth 209 is compromised, and what I mean by compromised is that it has short roots, and it's probably the one that is giving him the trouble that he is in pain with. So in about a month we're going to go ahead and do another float, because that's when he's going to be due. And in addition, we are going to check how loose, if that tooth is loose at all, and decide on extraction from there. The thing about removing teeth in older guys is it's kind of like a domino effect. Once you start removing one tooth, then the two teeth around it, especially where 209 is, those become compromised and start to compensate and wiggle. And because he doesn't have much root, which means that it's not holding it in, then they will need to be taken out too. So we're doing whatever we can to make sure that he is not going to lose any teeth, and any more teeth, that is, and that we keep him as comfortable as possible. But it is a real possibility that we are going to have to take a tooth out and take it from there. Other than that, as always, he was a champ. Titan was the supervisor. He was right by his side the whole time, and he didn't mind having his x-rays done of his head or anything. He kind of just dropped his head and was like, okay, I'm just going to take a nap while you guys do whatever you need to do. So as always, Jesse was Mr. Laid-Back Boy, and is an absolute gem for the vet. For his pure size, they are always amazed at how docile he is, how well-mannered he is, and how willing he is to allow us to do what we need to do in order to make him feel more comfortable. So that's the Jesse update. Titan is right here as always. Hi, buddy boy. Eating away. He's doing well. He's actually shedding out very well. I'm sure you can't see it on the video very well, but he's looking spectacular. He's doing really, really well. Knock on wood. He hasn't had any issues with his feet with this wet weather. Mark, our farrier, has said that his foot has finally grown in after almost 2 years. So I'm attributing that his foot has finally grown in and he's got a good hoof well to the fact that he is not abscessed this year, even though it is incredibly wet and muddy here. The barn is dry though, so even though he doesn't spend much time in it, only to eat. And then we have Mr. Heart Attack Boy, Barney. So Barney had a rough week this week. As I told you guys, he was down on Monday. What I didn't document was that he was also down on Tuesday. It was much easier to get him up on Tuesday because he understood what I wanted for him, and he actually popped right up for me after I put his halter on and talked him through it. So Bonnie took a look at him, and Barney, where were you going? Bonnie took a look at him And it turns out that he had 2 vertebrae out in his neck. So Bonnie went ahead and did an adjustment, and he started walking immediately much better. He was able to move his neck again much better. And as you can see, he was laying down last night on his right hand side, and that was the side that he was getting stuck on. So he was able to get up with no problem, and we have him on some Butte for pain. She also thinks that he might have some arthritis starting in his hips and his actually lumbar. So we've got him on some Butte for that. And then we also have him on a joint supplement that we just started. And he's actually taking that very, very well. Titan doesn't like it. So they are not sharing their food at the moment, which is a good thing, because I can sorry, I have to make sure it doesn't run into this pole. Watch out, buddy. That pole. So that makes it easier to give to give Barney his Butte, and to make sure that he eats all of his joint supplement. You playing peekaboo around the pole? So he was really, really good for Bonnie. The one thing with Barney is that once he understands what you are asking, he is very, very good at complying and working with you. So once he understood what Bonnie was looking for yesterday, and what I'm talking about in terms of walking around, we had to make sure that what was going on with him was not neurological. Thanks, Carol. We're pretty excited too. I was very, very worried about what was going to be said about both Barney and Jesse. You know, when you have a horse down, a million things run through your head. And are you able to get him up? Why is he down? And with Jesse, you know, it's been a constant battle with him to make him feel better. So once you take x-rays, you never know what you're going to find. So I'm glad that it was not as bad as it could have been. So thanks, Carol. So one of the things that we did with Barney in order to make sure that he wasn't neurological was Bonnie walked behind him and was pulling his tail to one side to see if he was able to compensate or if he had lost control of his back end. And if you guys remember, Barney does not like or did not like having his feet messed with or his back end messed with. So him being able to take that very well, like I said, once he figured out what Bonnie was doing and what was being asked of him, he was fine. He walked along and let her do what she needed to do to evaluate him from both sides. And hi, Karen. And he did absolutely fantastic. So Barney never ceases to amaze me on how he's able to allow us actually into his world is really what it is. You know, his world is different than everybody else's because he is visually impaired. And I think he really trusts everybody here that we're not going to do anything to harm him. And it's really become a team here, especially you know, when he's down. The first time when he was down on Monday, he totally didn't understand what was going on, and but he trusted us, and we were able to get him up. And on Tuesday it was much easier because he knew that what we were trying to do was help him. So every day the partnership is growing stronger, and it's just a testament to what a wonderful horse he is and how willing he is to allow people into his world, and he really, really would make a great companion horse for anybody that's looking for a horse that has great ground manners and that is really going to make a great partner. You know, his blindness shouldn't deter people from coming and visiting him and seeing if he would be a great addition to somebody's herd. We will help anybody who's interested in him to make that transition. And if you're have experience with blind horses, even better, so you know what steps you're going to need to take. But we don't treat Barney any different than we do any of our other horses, because honestly the only difference is that you know, he can't see, but his other senses are fine, and he's got a good head on his shoulders, so he's a rock star. Over the next few weeks, we are going to be highlighting each of the guys. And yes, I will be showing Maggie and Abe more. I know that a lot of times I only show these three guys. That's because they take so darn long to eat that it's easier just to do a video of these guys while they're eating. So we're going to highlight each of the horses and keep pushing for that drive for 5. We're looking to get a home for each and every one of them. So if you guys could just share out posts and spread the word that these guys are looking for homes, and you guys know the horses now just as much as I do, so talk to people you know and spread the word about them. You never know when somebody might say, hey, you know, I'm ready, I want to try this out, and I think that one of Ronchar Ranch's horses would make a great addition to our family. All right, everyone, I got to go feed Maggie now, so have a wonderful weekend. As you can see, at the ranch, it is snowing. Yeah, I'm pretty much sick of this just like everybody else is, but the crew doesn't mind. So, happy horses, happy life. Anyway, everybody, have a great weekend, and I will be talking to everybody soon. Thanks, guys.